The following program is an OCAmedia community-produced episode of Oregon Life, and we would like to thank our sponsor, the Oregon Brooklyn Optimist Club. We are proud to have you as a sponsor. Hello, I'm Frank Caruso, and welcome to a brand new episode of Oregon Life. In this episode, I go with Chief Linsmeyer down to the Dane County 911 Center, and we get a tour behind the scenes of what happens when a 911 call comes in. And I have to say, being there a few hours, the employees that work there are really unsung heroes that take a myriad of calls every day, 24/7, 365 days a year. And in this episode, you'll get to see a little behind the scenes of what it takes when a call comes in to the 911 center. Enjoy this episode of Oregon Life.
911, what is the address of the emergency? Is that at a house or an apartment? Okay, and what city is this in? Okay, tell me exactly what happened. Okay, we're gonna get some help started for you. What's the phone number that you're calling from? And what is your name, please? All right, Derek, we're gonna get the ambulance started for you right away. How old is your mom? Are you with her right now? How old is she? Is she awake? Is she breathing?
Good morning. Frank and I are headed up to the Dane County Communications Center this morning. Our goal is to record how an incident, 911 incident comes in, and how the locals get paged for service, both fire, EMS, and police. And again, we're going up to the Dane County 911 Center, located in downtown Madison.
Kevin Faso, Technical Services Manager for the Dane County 911 Center, and doing a little tour for you today. This is our telephone system. You can see a visual map of where the calls are coming from, and one just disappeared as they hung up. So when a 911 operator answers a 911 call, they can do it a couple of different ways. The first way is to hit the answer button on their keypad here, or they can grab the call off the map. When they answer the call, the phone system knows exactly what kind of a line it's coming in. So if it's 911, a pre-recorded greeting of that dispatcher's voice goes out saying, 911, what's the address of the emergency? If they answer a non-emergency call that somebody's getting, it will say Dane County Public Safety Communications. And then they'll process the call starting there. 911 operator answers a 911 call. There's lots of information that we need to get from a caller, but the three most important would be what's the location or address of the emergency. That's the very first question you'll be asked. Secondly will be what's the phone number you're calling from. In case we get disconnected, we can call you back. Then we'll ask you to tell us exactly what happened so we know what kind of emergency it is and what we need to start working through the protocol. So roughly a week and a half ago, there was a structure fire in the village of Oregon on Thompson Lane. The first call came to us at roughly 12:50 p.m. And the very first thing, like I said earlier, was after we've confirmed the address and the callback number, tell me exactly what happened. And there it is. House is on fire. And at that point, the call is being dispatched, because we do something called pre-alerting here in Dane County. And once we have an address And we know the address, we know the phone number. We say, tell me exactly what happened. House is on fire. We go to this drop-down menu, and right here we pick pre-alert structure fire, tab off of that, and it lands over at one of those fire dispatch positions to be dispatched. What they do is they ask their CAD for a recommendation. So the call came in at 12:50 and 30 seconds, and at 12:51 and 7 seconds, we dispatched Oregon Fire and Oregon EMS. So roughly 1 minute after the call came in, they were notified. So the very first call for this structure fire is where this black dot is, and roughly right across the street. We got other calls, obviously, they're not showing on the map because of the way it's set up, but you can see the map shows the building outlines, fire hydrants and their locations, things like that. Then we will also see, when the fire trucks are en route, we'll see little icons showing where they're all at.
Attention, Oregon Fire responded to the village of Oregon. Attention, Oregon Fire responded to the village of Oregon at 131 Spring Street in the first floor of Oregon Fire across Park Street and 6-9 respond in the village of Oregon.
I started here as a 911 dispatcher almost 25 years ago, and have taken thousands of 911 calls, and yes, some of them do stick with you forever. I can probably think of dozens, but one in particular was on the phone with an elderly person and hearing them take their last breath, and ultimately passed away. So things like that happen routinely. So yes, our dispatchers here are exposed to lots of different types of trauma.